Hello, everyone. Welcome to Far From Just Words. This is Akumbe. The topic for today is patriotism. What is patriotism? The shortest definition for patriotism is the love for one's country, the passion one has for his country, the actions, the things that one does for his country. Sometimes patriotism is shown in different ways: activist, Pan-Africanism, and many other groups that may seem somehow fighting against the leaders or the government or something may just as well be seen by most as negative, but then it's the love of one's country that makes them to criticize. I mean, a writer whose book is being criticized by, let's say, Forbes or some big magazine feels really good about it because he knows if he's that good for some editor working in that kind of a magazine to criticize him, then he's that good, right? Okay, so back to patriotism. What are the things? How do we bring back, re-instill patriotism in our people? Because we do know many parts of Africa have lost it. The citizens have lost it. They don't care anymore because they've given it all to the leaders that want to spoil it all. How do we bring back patriotism in the African society? Number one, by reinstilling patriotism is not scolding at someone or commanding someone, is giving men and women the reassurance that everything that you do every day is to better the present and the future of the country. Everything that you do, you reassure them. You don't go on television making speeches and threatening people. The people that are supposed to love you, the people that voted for you, the people that are supposed to vote for you, because most of those votes, they're not really votes, they're stolen. Because where do you take the right to scold at someone that is supposed to vote for you because he criticizes you about something that is happening in the society? Because most of you have been on your high wall for so long, you don't even know the price of sugar. You don't even know the price of gari in the market. And you just hate being criticized. So that's number one. Number two, insecurity. Insecurity is a grave part of most African nations. You cannot see anyone. You cannot go to any place in the night. You can't walk around with your wallet. You can't even walk around with your phone. Even the daytime is still something to talk about. So every year, concours or public exams are being written and people are getting into the public service to be gendarmes, police, and all these. And the question is, where are they going to? There are not enough? Do they need more? Because we need to find a way to curb the insecurities in our societies. Because that's the most, I think that's one of the most important things in our society that scares people. If you have to invest in a place and there is insecurity in that place, I don't think that you can. You will want to because you feel like you're going to lose most of it. And for example, I mean, remember back in the days, most of the moms early in the morning go to work at least 5 or 4 in the morning because some of them have to go and open their shops because they were retailers or wholesalers in the big markets, in the central markets. Do you know how risky that is at that time? So this is one of the most important things that has to be looked at. So the third point is the improvement of services in public hospital. It's been years and years, but we can't find a direct link between the hospital and the people. Accountability in the middle, like the accountability. a system that is built between the public and the people, the hospital and the public. What do I mean by this? Uh, a situation where someone is shot on the leg in Cameroon and he gets into a hospital and they're asking him to buy a booklet. And it's a critical situation. This person is about to die. And they're asking him if he doesn't buy a booklet, they cannot treat him. Or if he doesn't pay some deposit, they cannot treat him. We need to make a system such a way that there should be a system that the poor or the rich are able to, are accountable for their bills. They can't run from it. No matter how they try, they can't. It's in their name. They will come, they will pay, or somebody will pay. Their family will pay. Somebody must pay. It won't leave. They should find a way. Technology is growing day by day in most other countries, in most other continents. What's wrong with ours? And that we have brilliant people. The people that invent other things in other continents are people from our continent that have been brain drained into their own continent. What is wrong with us using the things that we have? Is it so hard? So that is the third point. And the services that are offered, sometimes the people offering these services, like the nurses and this, they're sometimes rude and mean. Yes, there's a lot of work. It's a public hospital. And maybe you've been tired the whole day, but you don't need to be rude and mean. This job, this is what it entails. If you didn't want it, you shouldn't be in it. It's hospitality. That is what it is. So the third point is investing in the educational system. How can you be sitting in class and the teacher that is teaching you hasn't been paid for like 6 to 2 years? He has arrears in his salary for almost 1 year, 2 years. It's a danger to the society. What do you want them to do? How do they feed their own families? So because of this is something that invites thievery, stealing and corruption in the system. Because if they can't feed from what they're doing, they will find other means to feed. And this is just another point still on the educational thing, because when employment rate goes hand in hand with this educational thing, because when students also leave from the university, how do they get back? How do they get into the field? How is the educational system built that they can understand, that they can be on their own, they can be independent after the studies, to be on their own and to take care of themselves, even if they haven't yet gotten the job that they studied in. I mean the field where they studied. They haven't gotten any job in it, but do they have something like we call in Cameroon handwork? Do they have something technical they can be doing? Carpentry, something while waiting for something? Do they have some techniques? Do they have some knowledge? Something they can do? Because it even brings me to something that is very funny, because even back in the days, my teachers, secondary school, I think, or high school, used to talk about this a lot. I think in Cameroon we have a system that I think it mirrors a lot of other African countries. In the system where every day the child goes to school, is dreaming to be. When the child goes to school, his dream is to be employed. He doesn't dream to employ. He dreams to be employed. The engineer goes to school so that he can be employed by the government, especially like in Cameroon, because the civil servants are really looked upon in a system where they say it's a little bit of capitalism, but then the civil servants are the rich guy, and then the businessman is the poor man. So most people are going towards being in the civil service. It's a funny thing. That's a topic for another day. So it's something that it's funny in its own way, because the PhD student that should be the one to create jobs is standing on the line waiting for some petroleum company or something to employ him. He doesn't have some technical know-how to start up his own. Yes, it's true, you need capital and all that, but man, I'm here on the camera and just a phone. So those are the things I mean. The infrastructures of these educational systems, the equipments used in these schools, how are they? Are they up to date? Is the teaching standard in those schools, are they up to date? Because things have changed from 1980s. They have changed. The way to teach kids have changed. Have they changed those systems? It's not just about don't beat my kid, don't beat my kid. I beat my kid, I will cry. No, many other things have changed. So yeah, moving to the last one is the civil service. The civil service can't be politicized. They are the image of the country. They are the strength of the country. They are the smart ones. They are the intelligent ones. In fact, I admire them. The only reason sometimes I criticize them is because there is no system in place to discipline the bad seeds. So they just get lost in the crowd and no one cares and no one goes back to check. I mean, from up to down, even from the judges in the courts. Yes. So those are the things that I sometimes I think about and I ask myself, you get into something that the definition is in the name, and you know you are there to serve the people, and when they complain, you're angry because they criticize you about something that you should know about. Some of you have been in these places for so long, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. You don't even know the price of sugar in the market. And maybe these guys, they criticize you so that you can understand the state of mind, what is happening at that time in their own lives, because you're there to serve them. And you are angry. And in most African nations, what do? You send police after them, send people to beat them up. That's mismanagement of power. Why does someone even have to be in a certain position for more than 10 years? In the same place? Anyways, so those are the things that we need to curb so that we can be able to bring back patriotism in the African continent. Because there are a lot of other sectors that I could talk about today, but I don't want to take a lot of your time because I think I've done a lot today. But these are some of the things that I think could have helped to bring back patriotism in our countries, because we do need it. There's a lot going on. Many other countries are very patriotic about their people, about their countries. And we're not. We hate it so much that we say it out loud and we are loud about it. And I tell you, it will be scary for any father to hear his son talk about him in such a manner and say, "Dad, I don't love you. You are a very bad man." It is scary. So for once, be the fatherland, be the motherland. And when you hear your children scream and cry, listen. Listen. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to Far From Just Words. This is Akombe. I hope to see you next time. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. See you.